in depth. I just want to give you guys some value on the institutional setups, right? Perfect. So check this out. So we're going to look for the overall trend, right? Overall trend. Obviously, we've seen the market come up, but what's the overall trend right now? It looks like we definitely are moving in a downtrend, right? And we're definitely not finished. There's more prices to go to. Why do I say there's more prices to go to? Because we have unhealthy price action. We have gaps in the market, right? Right down here. So I'm literally going to be able to just go ahead and point this out, right? There's our gaps, unhealthy price action. This is actually a target for us. We want to see the market come up in here. So now I'm going to look for, pretty much overall trend. We already know it's down. We want to look for the money, right? Well, I can see that they're creating this pool of money right here to the downside. So that's another confirmation as to why we would want to see this market move down over the next couple days, over the next couple weeks, right? Also, just looking at price action institutional candles, I notice this up candle that was created right before a down move. Now, what happened with that up candle? They came back and took and caught the open of it, right? So that's great flow of price action to the downside, right? Boom, 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 boom. So, just based on this overall trend, where's the money? Are there unhealthy price action or gaps? Do we get engulfing institutional candles? I've literally been able to confirm all that on a daily time frame, right? Now, the same thing I do on the daily is the same thing I do on the 4-hour. I'm really not looking for anything different. But the cool thing about UCAD here is it was so clean to the T. So I'm gonna get rid of this purple box. Now just watch them walk this price action down. Like this was just so clean, right? What do? They throw, get out of my way. Get out of my way. All right, so look, last up candle. Last up candle, down move. What did they do the last up candle? They come and take it right here, right? Boom, perfect. Now the crazy thing is this institutional candle created this institutional candle, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and mark up this one. Now, what do you think is gonna happen next time we come near this institutional candle? You wanna wait, so you open, you wanna wait, you wanna wait, you see money get behind the move, right? What happens here on the 50% in the open, right? You literally have boom, 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 create this institutional candle, right? And look what happens with this institutional candle. Comes down, market here, boom, open, duh, and then again, when we pull that, as you guys see, they were literally walking price down so clean on every single institutional candle that they created on this way down, right? So that just shows you that the market's really moving to the downside, right? So, that's outside the fact, right? That's just showing you guys that the trend is actually down. Now, yes, you may say, yo, Colton, like, are those not equal highs up here? Technically, yes, they are, right? And I do know the market is going to want to take these at some point, but because of the beautiful flow of price action, because of the tests that it had off of this institutional candle, I'm not worried about this pool of money. This is where my focus is at, right? This is where my focus is at. I see a lot of equal highs left, so how would you respond to? Yeah, so cool. Right before I just looked at that question, yes, again, there are equal highs, but with the way price action is looking, I would much rather them take these first, right? I would love to see this go ahead and move to the downside first, but yes, we do want to keep these in mind up here, right? I just know I have a bigger target to the downside, right? Bigger target to the downside. We technically do have this down candle right here that could get played in for short term, right? But this is just big overall picture stuff, right? That's just where we want to get to. Let me show you guys what really happened this morning, right? So for anybody that was on the webinar last night, or, when I did it at 3 a.m., right, what we were talking about, let me go into replay mode quick. Give me my replay line. Back, so check this out. This is what we were looking for yesterday, right? So the same thing I just did on the big time frames, I'm going to do on the small time frames. I want to go ahead and look for institutional candles to play off of, and I want to look for pools of money. So as I see, we see that the market's in consolidation right now, right? It's just moving sideways. So what does that mean, right? It literally means we're just creating a pool of equal highs, and we're creating a pool of equal lows. Now we know what lies between, below and above these pools of equal highs and equal lows, right? Most of the time it's imbalance and or, an up candle before a down move. So here's our institutional candle, right? Up candle before a down move that not only has a pool of money hanging out right here, but also has a small imbalance to play off of, right? Beautiful. Now, same thing for the downside. What do we have? We have this nice down candle right here, right? And, pretty much we never got a play off of it yet. Boom, right down here. So this was pretty much the setup we were looking for last night, right? I was waiting. We're like, all right, either we're going to come up and be able to snipe an entry up in here, or we're going to wait for the market to come down here. We want to see it break one of these areas and then go ahead and move its way, right? So check this out. I'm going to go ahead and play this out, and it looks really clean on small time frames. But what happened was we didn't break the high, but we literally made equal highs, right? So check this out. We literally went ahead and just created more equal highs. Now, since I'm on the hour time frame, you may not see a clean entry, right? You may not have entered this. But what I'm going to show you guys on a small time frame is how this came out and played. I'm going to let this play out real quick, because as you guys see, we got an initial reaction off of that came all the way back up here, right? Let me check this. Look, this is only a 16 pip drawdown, right? 16 pip drawdown to catch 54 pips. Now look at that wick on the 54 pips. It literally came back to this last up candle before the down move. So that's what I'm saying. Even though you couldn't see it on the hour, right? Even though you couldn't see it on the hour, this is why you guys got to use all time frames, right? Let me go ahead and exit out of that. Cool. So I'm going to go break this down on a smaller time frame, right? It went back up to fill the FEG. Exactly. It went back to fill up the gap. So check this out. What I want to show you guys is it wasn't clean on the hour, right? It may not have been super clean on the 30-minute. So I'm going to go down to the 15-minute, right? I actually haven't even back tested this. I'm going to do it with you guys right here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and let this play out. And we're just going to watch. We're going to wait for it to show us the move, because right now, all it did was create another pool for us, right? Another pool right above this institutional, but I'm not too worried about that institutional because overall it's just a big pool, right? So watch this. Watch price action. Boom. So market shoots up, right? Shoots up above these highs, is pretty much creating equal highs. So you need to be sitting on your hands right here, sitting on your hands and just hoping that this could really push up, another 20, 30 pips, because this is going to be your high probability setup, right? Because you could just throw your stop loss up above that high, right? We can take a nice little, short position there, throw the stop loss right up above the high, risk 22 pips, and we're going to come target this money, right? We're going to come target anything down in here. I'll even throw it all the way down here, right? A 5-to-1 risk to reward. Now, again, it didn't give us this entry, but that's perfectly okay. Because what are we going to do? We're going to wait for candles to close like this, right? So up candle, big candle close, engulfing, right? So this is pretty much a last up candle before a down move. Now, what time is this? 7:30. So that's an hour before news. So see how that news candle, right? What they did here is move the market up prior to news, showed their move. Now, the crazy thing is during this entire move right here, they're getting sellers into the market, right? Sellers. People are entering, wanting to catch that initial news reaction. But what they do is bring that market up 20 pips to the body, right? And then they're going to go ahead and do their sell-off. Now, I'm going to show you guys this on multiple time frames, right? Because ultimately, again, we came all the way down into our target area, and then reversed out of that target area, right? So let me go ahead and backtrack a couple candles. Does it not work like that? I got to cancel it all together. Interesting. All right, no worries. I'm not even going to worry about that. So look, this is what you want to look for, right? Last up at 740, 745, down candle, da 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 da. So again, what are you doing? You're just sitting on your hands and you're waiting for this to come back into the open or for this to come back into the 50%, right? So all you guys have to do is sit on your hands and wait. Don't enter down in here, right? Because then what? You got to use a 50 pip stop loss, right? Even higher because it's all up here. Where's that stop loss at? You got to use something higher than a 50 pip stop loss. So if you're looking at that candle, you just want to sit and wait and wait and wait. And as you see, it gave you your entries, right? I want to see this on the minute because I haven't even looked at it yet, right? The market's fractal, so it's happening on every single time frame. Look, guys, we left a single up candle before the down move. If you're literally waiting on that up candle, boom, that's all you got to do. And again, if you're entering anywhere in here, we're only talking 12, 13 pips. So this was still super clean at 8:30 this morning. Look what they do. They confuse everybody, right? They accumulate buy orders, accumulate sell orders, right? In one candle, everybody that's over leveraged, right? They literally whipsaw. They take the lows for 15 pips. They take the highs for 20 pips, and then they actually show their move. You want to wait for them to show their move here. Even if you don't get in at 8:30 on any of this, what do? They brought the market back up, right? Look at this retracement. It's not too deep. It was only a 50%, right? But you want to wait for this retracement off of that broken structure, right? And then you're literally able to catch the whole move down. Now, that wasn't even, you still literally could have missed all of that. Check this out. So I'm literally deleting everything. You could have missed that entire move at 8:30. Right? And look what happens. You could have missed this entire thing, right? So again, we were targeting these equal lows, right? We were able to take some positions up in here, but if this entire move took off without you, right? This entire move took out without you. What you can do is if this moves down and it left this up candle, right? Even though it did go ahead and play this wick on this candle at 10 a.m., look what happened with this 2 o'clock candle. It came right back to the open of the hour. So there was literally another entry on this. Yes, this is outside of time, but right now our mentors are saying time doesn't really matter, right? Because of the volatility in the markets. So look how they literally just pulled the market up back to the open, and this gave a 70 pip sell-off at 2 o'clock again, right? Let's see this on the 30-minute. So boom, look, open of the 30-minute. Not only is it the open of the hour, but it's the open of the 30-minute, right? Not only is it the open of the hour and the 30-minute, but it's actually the open of the 15-minute candle that took the highs, right? Sometimes it's not always going to be about the last up candle. This last up candle was already taken care of by this wick, right? But what they left was that little bit of imbalance hanging out in here. So that's why they played these candles a little bit later on. Now, how do you know that this is going to reverse up over in here, right? Boom, you see the engulfing candle, right? Look, it's literally playing candle by candle. Last up candle, engulfing to the downside, right? What do? We mark off the open, and boom, guys, it's literally right there, right? I can literally break it down to a smaller time frame. Look, last up. This is probably even cleaner. Let me go to the minute. Look. Possible sell entry there. Possible sell entry there. Possible sell entry there. Right? Imbalance. When you know that the trend is down, you can play this. Imbalance. Play the imbalance. Play the structure. Play the retracement. Right? See how they literally walk price down, and they're walking price down the same way on the 1 minute that they are on the bigger time frames, right? Just like that was an institutional candle on the hour, it was the same exact thing. So UCAD was just super clean, super clean for me. I mean, again, like I wasn't up during New York and I wasn't able to watch that play out, but it gave so many different opportunities, right, for you guys to be able to get into that. Right, GBP USD, what was this? This was 1 a.m., right? So what did they do to GU, right? They took the lows. They took the lows on the open, candle down, up move, retested structure at 8 o'clock, and you were pretty much able to catch that buy, right? You know, we didn't quite come down into that institutional candle that we were looking for right there, right? I know I had a couple other things I wanted to show you guys in here. And this was, again, guys, like, I know I already showed this, but it's just too clean. When you see it's something I'm starting to get more and more of, right? And I feel like sometimes people struggle, you know, knowing whether this is actually an up candle before a down move. Well, in order to know that this is money getting behind the move, honestly, it has to take out lows. We have to have a break of structure, right? We know as traders is that, you know, you have a low and you have a high, and you have a higher low and you have a higher high, and you have a higher low and you have a higher high, and you have a higher low and you have a higher high, and then maybe you just have another higher low, but then you have a lower high, and the market starts doing this, and you want to wait until a new low gets made. You want to wait till that new low gets made. So you want it to go ahead and make a lower low, so you can go ahead and confirm that now, instead of having a bullish structure, right, we can now look for some bearish structure. And able to get into that bearish structure is we're going to take that fib and we're going to want to enter in anywhere that's high probability for us to go ahead and catch the move, right? So this is what you want to wait for. You want to wait for this to take all these lows right here, right? And when that happens, that's when this retest is so clean. That's why at 11:45 at midnight, we were able to call this sell position, right? Because of this move down was so clean, and we got that clean retracement back up, right? Literally almost tapping that 79 on the dot, right? Boom, boom. Right, Euro USD. Look, same diff. This thing was even cleaner, yo. What time was this at? Y'all playing games. Look at this. Right, so Euro USD. Right, market's consolidating. Let me check the chat. You know, we were obviously looking at this price action down here, right? We were looking at this. We were looking at to come into this price action down here, but it had already pretty much filled this imbalance. It already pretty much filled this little bit imbalance right here. So this is honestly just like a new structure to look at, right? So as we go to the 30-minute, right, what do we notice? We notice a big down candle and a move back up, right? And the cool thing is with this down candle, when it came back up, it created these equal highs, right? So you got to know in your mind, that we just created another high side target, right? So what they do is literally now that they have the institutional candle, they've created the high side target. Now they got to create some liquidity to the downside before they move this pair up. They want to create that liquidity, right? As you guys see, what did we do? We had one candle come down to breach that liquidity, right? Move back up. That created more equal highs. You're still not getting in this. Now I'm going to show you guys on a 15-minute time frame where, you know, the banks took their first buy entry here, they took their second buy entry here, and they took their third buy entry here, right? And I'm going to show you guys how on a smaller time frame, you know, this was pretty much a 15-minute open, and this was pretty much that 15-minute 50%, right? So check this out. Boom. Look. Down candle, right? Down candle, look what happens. Play the 50%, which is right below the pool of money. That's what they played here. Boom, perfect. What happened again? Last down candle before the big up move, they came in and literally played the open of that last down candle, right? They literally played a nice deep retracement, 79% of that last down candle. And that's how you're able to pretty much execute on that buy moving up, right? So that's literally just a top to down analysis all the way through for you guys, right? EU was clean. GU was clean. I pulled out because they were selling this thing. But it was pretty, it was whatever, right? What time is this at? 8:30, 2 o'clock. This one, honestly, I think GU was kind of tricky for people, right? Because we created these highs and had to move up. This was London, right? This was all London. We didn't catch the buy up London. It bought up on rock session. And then on this pullback down, again, guys, like if you can just train your eyes, right? Down candle, play there. That's what you're going to be able to catch. Now, this might have got some of you because some people might be saying, oh, look, you know, last up candle before a down move, right? But you got to understand, look, we haven't created any new lower lows. No new lower lows were created. We were just playing off this other structure, right? I was dying of laughter when they sold. Yeah, I mean, I pulled out. And yeah, I can't believe they sold that thing up in here. What was that? 3? They were selling that. I mean, they caught this little pullback. And again, look at this pullback, guys. It came down to the last down candle. So you just want to look at like fluent price action when it's pulling through all these, right? Right. Anybody else see anything else clean? Is there any other pairs that you guys want me to look at on the institutional side? Anything that y'all were looking at? I actually woke up and was able to catch this. Like I said, I woke up late, but it doesn't matter because all I want to do is come on and look for the institutional moves. So, I mean, I'll start on a bigger time frame for you guys just so you can see where I'm coming from, right? So obviously, where is 8, 9, 10 right in here? I mean, this wasn't too clean on a bigger time frame. I mean, I'll just show you guys, you know, what happened here, right? Again, at the end of the day, it's the same stuff, right? Sorry, guys. I'm just to make sure I got my times right. Yeah, here it is. Okay, cool. So check this out. So I just want to focus in on this price action. This is pretty much New York, right? So this is, here's 9 a.m. Here's 9 a.m. And here's, we'll just do 11:30. All right, here's 11:30. So 9 a.m. to 11:30 is what we're looking at, guys. So during this time, you know, I was asleep, right? Just let market do, You know, maybe they caught this. You know, as you see, the market open for SPX is 9:45, right? This is your 9. This is pretty much your 945 candle right here. So consolidation, another little push up. Now what happens here, right, is we made a high, right? Ultimately, it was equal highs. But we do see inside of this, this doesn't have to get taken today, right? I just want to look at these up candles that they create before the big down moves. Market moves down, right? Moves all the way down. So when this market was trickling back up, right? Market's trickling back up to this up candle, it created another little pool of money right here, right? What do? We push one candle, right? So I just want to play institutional candles. Right? Institutional candle play. You could have sold here. This wasn't the actual sell. They wanted to come up one more time and pull this institutional candle, right? So you guys just got to think about it as in risk, right? So it's like you see this move down happened at 10:49, 10:50, 51:52, and I woke up pretty much at like 10:53. No cap. I woke up pretty much right here. Now, I literally, again, I woke up, I missed New York. I'm just checking everything out on the minute. I'm seeing if I can see any schematics playing out on the minute on any time frame so I can go ahead and catch a small move. Now, as you guys see, we had money run up above the highs, play off the institutional, right? Pretty much fill what we had of an imbalance. Look at this. I just saw this actually, right? I don't want to have too much going on in here. But ultimately, you had a 1 minute imbalance in here, filled half of it, filled all of it, market moved down, right? I know that we left one pool of lows. A lot of the times you'll see two pools of lows and confirmations, right? It's really clean when you have two pools of lows with an imbalance, right? With a down candle, right? Two pools of lows, imbalance, down candle. So as I woke up here and saw the market start to rise back up, you know what I mean? I'm watching this. I'm literally watching this like a hawk, right? I see this move up and I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Like this could just be that retracement because I know that the market's going to want to come back into this candle, right? So what can I do? I can literally take a low risk setup anywhere within these last two up candles, right? I'll be able to do a risk of like, 10 pips or so, right? You can do it even smaller, right? I think I did like an 8 pip stop. I probably did a 9, right? Like a 9 pip stop. And what am I going to target? I'm going to go ahead and target not only the two pools of money, but that low candle, right? So again, guys, it's honestly not even about the pips all the time. It's more about the risk to reward ratio. This is a 2.5 to 1 trade, right? And as you guys see, I'm gonna move it this way, but we were able to play pretty much these candles, and I was able to catch an entry right here. And now also look at the blue line. It's literally a whole level of 2,800. That was my main confirmation, actually, no cap, because again, look, pool of money on the 2,800, pushed above, pushed below, came back one more time, boom, an extra move, right? And I pulled out after 15 pips. I pulled out after we took this second pool of money, right? Look at that wick. I was literally in the trade for 5 minutes and took 15 pips, and I was out. I didn't even care about this down candle. But I hope that makes sense to you guys, right? My eyes are hurting bad. I'm going to hop off. Yeah, perfect. But yeah, I hope I wasn't going too fast. I kind of wanted to just give you guys some really in-depth, value when it comes to smaller time frames, and looking at the market on an institutional side. Because guys, I promise you, if you look at the market like this, and it's not just me doing this, like you'll literally watch everybody else do smaller time frame stuff. But outside of that, guys, I love going in. I love going in. I'm gonna end this call here in a sec so I can drop another one for the new traders, right? But facts. Let me just look at a couple other things real quick. I don't think anything else was too clean. Yeah, we already went through this. I appreciate y'all. Gustavo, good to see you in here again, brother. Lewis, Clichelle, Franklin, Elias, Keenan, Nesquick. Appreciate y'all. Hopefully you're able to take away from a little bit of institutional setups. I'm going to go ahead and end this so I can open up another one for the new traders. And it's recorded. Let's go.